Hey, here we are near Lismahago, where one of my great ancestors was shot for his faith. We're here at the monument. It says the martyr David Steele, and he was shot December 20th, 1686. He'd fought in the Battle of Bothwell Bridge. They just wanted the right to worship freely without the government telling them what to do, and he was part of that battle, but he was in hiding for a long time and came back here to this farm, Skelly Hill Farm near Lismahago, where the Lieutenant Crichton dropped upon him, and he ran off up the fells, which are just near here. And so he sent the Lowland Guards off to chase him. He was running up the fell, and they kept calling out to him, "Give yourself up and we'll give you a free trial in Edinburgh." And he went across the river. His musket powder was wet, and if he'd made it a bit further he might have escaped, but he gave himself up and he was brought back to the farm here, where the lieutenant said to the Lowland Guards, "Shoot him," but they said, we're not doing that because we've promised him a free trial in Edinburgh. There were some Highland Guards there as well who were unscrupulous, and they shot him. Basically, he was left in his wife's arms, his brains hanging out, and she prayed a prayer over him. He said, even though the archers have shot you, your soul, they could not take your soul, and it's gone like a dove to heaven. So the monument's here to proclaim him as a martyr. He died for his faith. He was strong in Jesus Christ, and it even says in the Bible, that we will be persecuted for our faith. We're to rejoice in that and to be glad in that. His wife, who was Mary Weir before she was married, fled to Ireland, and there was some sons there, and they bought a farm in Ireland, which my uncles still have to this day, that straddles the border over on the other side of the water. But it does make you think about the blessings that we have today. We're not persecuted on the same level, although we do think of our brothers and sisters in Christ all around the world, who are heavily persecuted in many countries across the world. But Jesus said he will build his church. The gates of hell shall not prevail against it. The church will go forth, and it's the church that Jesus will return to earth for. And it is with his church that he will establish peace on earth, and he will rule and reign. At the end of all the wars that go on today, it will come to a culmination, and he will return to this place. He will remember all those who've been martyred for their faith. They in the light of eternity, like Paul said, their affliction is light and momentary, but they will be rewarded in heaven. And eternity, by comparison, is so long. This life on earth is so short, but God works in all things, and it's amazing to come to a place like this, and it is harrowing to think of my ancestor running across these fields away from people, fighting for his life and then losing it, but God still works in the most terrible things that happen here on this earth.